Hi there, folks. Mike from Assemble the Bricks. You know, today's December 5th. We're getting close. Christmas is coming. We celebrate Jesus. We give gifts. And I know there's a lot of people out there that would love to get Legos and love to buy Legos to get for people. So, let's see if I can find some deals for you and give you some advice on shopping for Legos. First off, this is kind of weird right here. I'm on Lego's homepage. Well, not their homepage. It's on their offers and sales. They're talking about this gazebo, winter gazebo. Looks pretty cool, you know. You get it free with $150 more purchase, but there is no sales. None. Zero. However, if you click holiday, oh look, there's one that's 30% off for that candle. And I bought my wife that one there. She hasn't built it yet. I bought my wife that one and that one. But anyway, yeah, there's sales and there's 30% off of that Frozen Advent calendar. And that's all there is for things. But there is some, but not very good. Folks, Legos will come out with some more deals as it gets a little more closer to Christmas. Don't give up on them. Don't stop. It is good. But let's see who else has stuff right now. Let's take a look at Walmart. Walmart's got these two cars here. Boom, 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 boom. That's for a total of $28.30. You know, you save $17 almost. So that's pretty good. And if I look at the little Microsoft Shopping Helper, Target has it for the same price, or a few cents more. And it really only been down a little bit lower once when it's down to $21, and then it was at $25 for a little bit. But, you know, not a bad deal, not a bad deal. Going to another one from Walmart is this one here, which is the Superstar Destroyer. I said, let me try to see. Maybe do it like that, so quit spinning. But anyway, that is pretty good. I built that one. There's no minifigures, but it's $40. Save 30. I mean, that is a nice savings, and that's an all right build. I kind of liked it. Spectacular, no, but you can see it's cheaper than all the other ones right here, so that is a good thing. So if you want to get somebody's really into Star Wars and don't have this, and $40 is much better than the $70. Right. Let's look at the Tantive 4, which is $57. Now, you got to remember now, Lego Walmart just had a few deals like their crafting table thing for Minecraft Lego. It was $40. Now it's back up to 80 some bucks. So it was 50% off. So they just had a huge sale. There was still some things on sale. This is $22.40 off. As you can see, though, it was cheaper. It was only $40 a little bit ago for Black Friday and stuff. Now it's up to 58, still not all the way up to $80. Not bad. And I like this build too, but again, no minifigures. But still, it was a nice little build. And one more for Walmart is the red London telephone box. Almost kind of reminds me of Doctor Who in a way. Don't ask me why. I've never watched Doctor Who, but that's $115 normally. Yowzer. But it's only $79. You save a lot, and you can see it's definitely come down in price recently. So that's not a bad one. However, if I go back over to here, now this is something that's weird. I have my Microsoft Shopping thing here, and it's telling me that Target has it for $48.59, save even more money, which would be like, wow. I looked at that. I'm like, wow, if it's going to be this much here, that much there, I might grab it. Well, I went to Target and looked it up, and it's $79.99. Same as, well, that's $79. So really, it's cheaper. I don't know why the Microsoft Shopper says that. It doesn't give me any insights when I'm there. That's cute. Other ones at Target, there's a little young Simba, $91 from $130. Nice little price off. If you take a look at the thing, that won't let me look at this in here. This is another Pac-Man. This is a pretty good deal, folks, isn't here? $80 off, 30% off for the Pac-Man one. And it actually does a little bit of moving. It's $190, so it is a little expensive, but it's definitely a good discount. So if you're a fan of Pac-Man or know somebody who's a huge fan of Pac-Man, this would not be bad. You're not going to get it much cheaper than this. At least I don't think so for a while. Going to Amazon, there was nothing that stood out to me like, ooh, I can only get this at Amazon. Like there's discounts here and there, but they're not spectacular ones. So I think that Amazon is going to wait a little closer to Christmas. They just got done doing Black Friday, Cyber Monday. All these stores did, and they really got. I mean, Lego did some good sales on those things, and end up selling out a lot of different product. I heard the Razor Crest is gone. You have to be somewhere else if you don't have it yet. Luckily, I have a copy of Razor Crest, but that's going to be the thing. They're trying to get rid of their old inventory because starting in January, more models come out, and there's supposed to be like 100 some more models over the next few months coming out. So Lego's definitely going to be busy, and they want to get rid of the old. Inventory costs money. They want to get rid of it. But in 2 days from today, it's another important day, and that's a day that will live in infamy. It's Pearl Harbor Day. I am hoping that most people in this country realize what Pearl Harbor Day really means. That's the day that Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, caught us with their pants down. It was bad. They destroyed our naval fleet, right? It was in Pearl Harbor, which just happens to be the base in Hawaii. Lucky for us, they didn't get the oil reserve tank, which was a few miles from there. If they would have done that, our fleet would have been disabled completely, but we were able to pull ships in and get them back out. And so we got Christmas coming up, and we have that, Pearl Harbor Day. So on Christmas, thank God for our servicemen who are protecting our freedoms, for us to buy Legos, build Legos, make recordings on sales of Legos or building Legos. We can do the silliest things. We can celebrate football. I'm a huge Ohio State fan. We beat that school up north. Thank you. But we can do all that because the men and women in the armed forces who's risking their lives to protect our freedoms, and the ones who've given up their lives throughout the years for us to maintain freedom. So I thank you, every single one person who served or has ever have served. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. All right, joke of the day, please rate it. 1 to being absolutely a groaner, 10 still laughing about it. I'm thinking about knitting all my jokes onto my sweater. Yeah, I think people really enjoy me being a nitwit. Thank you very much. Anyway, remember everybody, to have a really good Legos, you need a really good foundation. And to have a good life, you really need Jesus Christ as your foundation. Thank you and have a great day.